The command line interface, yeah. For so many developers, it's not just some tool. It really is home, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's efficient, it's everywhere, super portable.
Right. But what is that familiar terminal, where all the real work happens, could get a serious upgrade, like integrated AI assistance?
Hmm.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into Gemini CLI. It's this open source AI agent, and the whole idea is to bring the power of Gemini right into your terminal.
Okay.
Our mission here is really to unpack how this thing is built to maximize utility and adoption specifically for developers. We want to give you that shortcut to understanding what this is all about.
Yeah, and what's really interesting to me is how Gemini CLI seems to tackle some of those, well, long-standing frustrations developers have had.
Like what?
Like the cost, We've heard lots of complaints about similar AI coding tools, maybe like Claude Code, running up bills faster than expected.
Right, the surprise cost.
Exactly. Gemini CLI really embraces that, let's call it the killer form factor of using a large language model right there in the command line. It makes it a very, very direct path from your prompt straight to the model. Less friction.
Okay, let's unpack that. Accessibility seems like a huge piece of this. What are we talking about in terms of free usage? Is it actually generous?
Oh, it's incredibly generous. For individual developers, you're looking at 60 requests per minute.
60 per minute.
And 1,000 requests per day,
Wow.
all with just a personal Google account.
Wow.
And this gets you access to Gemini 2.5 Pro and its massive 1 million token context window, all for free.
1 million tokens for free.
Yeah, the sources are calling it unmatched, the industry's largest allowance during its preview. I mean, it's pretty insane for individual use.
That really does tackle that cost barrier head on, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It makes powerful AI genuinely accessible without you needing to pull out your credit card right away.
So 1 million tokens. That context window is huge. For developers dealing with, say, big refactoring jobs or trying to understand messy legacy code, what does that practically mean? How much project context can it actually hold on to?
It means the AI can keep a really deep understanding of, well, maybe not the entire project if it's colossal, but certainly very large chunks of it across many interactions.
Okay.
So if you're asking it to fix a bug in one file, but that bug depends on another library and maybe some config file.
Right.
It can hold all of that context, the files, how they connect, even the history of your conversation about it. It doesn't just see isolated snippets.
Which means less repeating yourself, less copy-pasting context back in.
Exactly. It's crucial for those more complex, nuanced tasks. It just fundamentally changes your potential productivity with an AI assistant like this.
Okay, that's a game changer. And getting started, you mentioned a personal Google account. Is it that simple? No complex API key stuff just to try it out?
For individuals, yeah, dead simple. Just OAuth, log in with your personal Google account, you're good to go. Now, obviously, for professional teams, enterprise users, people who need more scale or control.
Right, there have to be other options.
Of course, you can use API keys from Google AI Studio or Vertex AI. That gives you usage-based billing, much higher rate limits if you need them, specific model control, or maybe you need to run multiple agents.
And handle things like data privacy or compliance.
Precisely. You can even set your Google Cloud project for paid Code Assist licenses, integrating it properly into your existing cloud setup. Vertex AI, for those maybe less familiar, is Google's big machine learning platform.
And Cloud Run.
That's their serverless platform for containers. So yeah, it scales up for serious use.
Okay, so the barrier to entry is super low cost-wise, especially for individuals. But accessible doesn't mean much if it's not actually powerful, right?
True.
And this seems to be where Gemini CLI really shines. You mentioned it could build a Discord bot or a Flask backend from scratch. What's the real value there for a busy dev? Is it just speed? Or something more?
I think it's both, but maybe the deeper value is in enabling more creative exploration and just reducing the mental load.
Oh, so?
It's not just fancy autocomplete. It actually shares the core tech with the Gemini Code Assist Agent mode you find in VS Code.
Okay, so it's more than just spitting out code.
Much more. It can build multi-step plans. It acts like a proper agent. It can work really methodically on tasks like writing unit tests, fixing bugs, migrating code between frameworks.
Right.
And here's a key thing. It can apparently auto-recover if its first attempt at an implementation fails.
Oh, wow. Okay, that could save hours of debugging.
Think about it. So yeah, you can prototype ideas way faster, play with new libraries without a huge time investment, or even scaffold entire new applications just using natural language.
That Cat Cafe landing page example you mentioned earlier really stuck with me.
Yeah.
A full page, images, menu, just from a prompt.
Yeah, it shows the breadth. It's not just about hardcore coding. It can be a versatile local utility,
Yeah,
too.
things like,
Content generation, sure, but also complex problem solving, helping with research, even managing tasks. The fact that it could build that cat cafe page and then iterate on it, adding features, this shows off the power of that huge context window again.
remembering the project goals over time.
Exactly. And it can even generate things like project rules in a Gemini.md file, sort of giving itself instructions for how to behave within that specific project.
Like a meta instruction file for the AI.
Pretty much.
And you also touched on multimodal capabilities briefly,
Mhm.
generating apps from PDFs or images.
Yeah, the potential is there to take different kinds of input, not just text, and generate code or applications from them. That's pretty cutting edge for a CLI tool.
Okay, so it's powerful, it's accessible,
Yeah.
but how does it actually fit into an existing developer workflow? Let's talk extensibility and integration. You mentioned something called MCP servers, Model Context Protocol.
Right, MCP, this is a really key feature for extensibility.
What does it let you do?
Essentially, it lets Gemini CLI act as a kind of central hub. It can connect to and use your other development tools and external services right from the terminal.
So it's not siloed.
Not at all. Think of giving your AI agent a whole toolbox, not just its built-in capabilities. You could integrate it with GitHub, Slack, your databases.
Even media tools,
Yeah.
like image generation.
Exactly. Things like Imagen or Veo for media, or maybe connect to a Hugging Face MCP server to search for models or data sets, or even generate images, all triggered from your command line prompt via Gemini CLI.
That's incredibly flexible. So how does it know which tool to use or how to chain commands together for something complex?
That's where its built-in tools combine with this concept called a reason and act loop, often called REACT.
React.
Yeah, it's like the AI's internal thought process. It
Mhm.
gets your request, it reasons about it, breaks it down into steps, makes a plan. Then it acts, maybe runs a shell command, uses Google search to get current info, reads or writes a file, fetches something from the web.
Using its built-in tools.
Right. Then it observes the result of that action and reasons again about what the next step should be. It's kind of like how a person would debug or work through a problem step by step.
And that's how it can do things like auto-recover from errors. It observes the failure and replans.
Precisely. It allows it to tackle genuinely complex, multi-step tasks effectively.
Okay, that makes sense. And for the automation fans out there, can you script this? Can you plug it into CI/CD?
Oh, absolutely. Gemini CLI can be called non-interactively from scripts, so it's perfect for automating things.
Like code reviews.
Yeah, pull request reviews, maybe triaging issues automatically based on their description, building custom deployment workflows, especially if you combine it with the Gemini CLI GitHub action.
So it goes beyond just interactive use.
Definitely. And it's worth remembering the same core AI engine powers the Gemini Code Assist agent mode in IDEs like VS Code.
So you get a consistent experience whether you're in the terminal or your IDE.
Exactly. There's even a subset of the CLI functionality available right inside the Code Assist chat window in the IDE. It aims for a unified feel.
Okay, this sounds seriously powerful. But powerful tools can sometimes have a steep learning curve. How easy is it to actually use and maybe tailor to your own needs? Is it genuinely developer-friendly?
It seems very much designed for terminal users. The whole philosophy is efficiency, being available everywhere, portability. It aims for that direct path from prompt to model, cutting out extra clicks or interfaces.
And what about longer sessions? If you're deep in a coding problem, does it handle that well?
It has features for that, things like conversation checkpointing.
Meaning you can save your session.
Yep, save a complex session and resume it later, right where you left off. No starting over.
That's crucial. And maintaining project-specific context. You mentioned that Gemini.md file.
Right, that's part of its memory management. You can use files like Gemini.md to give it specific rules, instructions, or context for that particular project.
So you can prime it on the project's tech stack or coding standards.
Exactly. We saw a demo where it even generated a starting Gemini.md outlining key features and tech for a new project, basically setting up its own understanding. Plus, it does token caching to avoid reprocessing the same context repeatedly, which saves on costs if you're using paid API keys.
And general customization. Can you tweak prompts or instructions?
Yes, definitely. Users have the autonomy to customize prompts, system instructions, settings, both for themselves personally or even team-wide settings. These often get stored in a hidden .gemini directory within the project. It's all about tailoring its behavior.
Okay, last major area, but it's absolutely critical, especially for developers.
Mm-hmm.
Openness, security, reliability. How does Gemini CLI stack up here?
Developers can be skeptical of new tools touching their code.
And rightly so. That's a huge point. The big thing here is that Gemini CLI is fully open source.
Under what license?
Apache 2.0,
Yeah.
which is very permissive and well regarded.
Yep.
This isn't just a symbolic gesture. It means you can actually go to the GitHub repo, inspect every line of code.
Total transparency. That builds massive trust. It also means a community can form around it, reporting bugs, suggesting features, even contributing code improvements.
That community aspect is vital for open source success. But what about bigger organizations? Enterprise use? Does it have the security and compliance chops for production workloads?
It seems positioned for that too. It offers enterprise-grade capabilities. We're talking advanced security features, meeting compliance standards, offering those scalable rate limits we discussed, and integrating tightly with Google Cloud infrastructure.
Like pushing apps via Vertex AI.
Exactly. Deploying to Cloud Run via Vertex AI, for instance, it's designed to fit into secure, large-scale enterprise environments that might be handling sensitive data.
And what about support if things go wrong?
There's comprehensive support, good documentation, quick start guides, troubleshooting help, and importantly, direct channels for feedback. There's even a bug command right inside the CLI to report issues easily.
Okay, so they seem focused on building trust and supporting users.
That seems to be the goal, yes.
So wrapping up our deep dive then, Gemini CLI. It really feels like a significant tool. From that incredibly generous free tier, making it accessible, to the powerful core AI that can handle complex coding and more, the extensibility through MCP, the developer-focused design, and that commitment to open source and security.
Yeah, it covers a lot of bases.
It really does feel like a very direct path to getting cutting-edge AI help right where many developers live the command line. Handling everything from coding grunt work to more creative utility tasks, and making it easy to get started and plug into your existing habits.
It definitely lowers the barrier while raising the ceiling on what you can do.
It really changes the equation.
Which leads me to a final thought, maybe something provocative for you to consider.
Yeah.
With an AI agent like this, so powerful, so accessible, so deeply integrated into your terminal, what new kinds of projects could you tackle? What workflows could you automate that were just too tedious before? Imagine how much more of your creative energy you could pour into genuinely novel problems if an open source customizable AI handled more of the repetitive heavy lifting. What would you build?